Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the intuitive card reading for February 3rd through 9th. First full week of February 2025. How's everybody doing? This year was kind of crazy so far, but I always have optimism that things will get better. So let's see if they do. Before we get into it, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the energies of the week, of how to work with them. What else? Comments down below, feedback, any kind of feedback at all is welcome. Just be kind, and I'd love to hear how these readings resonate with you guys. And I think that's it. Yeah, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into what the week has in store for us. All right, what do we need? We have damsels. So we have it in the light. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Okay, so there's some independence, interdependence going on here. So it's in the light, and so that's a positive thing. So basically it's saying, sorry if you guys hear ambulances. I am in New York City, so unfortunately I don't have much control over that. But anyway, going back to the reading, this is basically saying that we're not necessarily relying on people. We're not waiting for other people to give us a signal, to give us the green light, to ask us to move forward. And it's under need. So it's saying that we need to do this. We might not be doing it right now, but you might be pulled to do this to feel more independent, be more interdependent. If you have been waiting on someone to give you permission to do something, or somebody to save you, because sometimes we hear the damsel in distress. If you're in distress, you can save yourself, kind of deal. It's kind of like the rescuer in the light as well, very similar type energies, but you can do it. Damsel sometimes refers to romance, but it's not necessarily, basically. Not necessarily. Sometimes, but not in this particular reading and how it's coming across here. But if it does, it could be, I think about codependence here when it comes to independence, meaning that you don't necessarily need somebody to make you happy or move forward in life and that kind of thing. So maybe you need to cut out some codependent type behaviors, etc., etc. But we need to kind of basically it's saying we need to stand on our own, not be asking for guys, I can't speak, for permission from others and that kind of thing. So comes through very strong, lots of strength. Would I call it a power card? Not exactly, but definitely, empowering yourselves to be more independent for sure. All right, let's see what action needed has to say about that. Chaos and conflict. Okay, so interesting. So we have it under action needed, which I actually don't think we've ever had it under here. So to me, this is coming through and saying we need to end, okay? We need to resolve conflicts in our life. We need to resolve the chaos. We need to resolve the conflict. Not too much more I can say here, but basically it's saying that we need healthy communication. We need to solve our problems. So if you've been having a long-standing problem going on in your life, you could be coming up with a solution this week. Or feeling pressured to have a solution because it's under action needed, and basically Spirit is saying, like, you might have a deadline to this solution, for example. It might be work related, that kind of thing. So you might have a deadline, okay? So basically this is saying to end the conflict. So something's going to happen this week that really kind of ends a conflict of some kind, and kind of ends more of like a chaotic type environment. The opposite of chaos is flow, right? And so things go nicely, things go smoothly. That's what we always, desire to want, instead of things that are more chaotic and more random. Even though I don't believe things are really random, but, it's kind of chaotic, unplanned things, etc., etc. So we do need to take action on that and kind of, take a step to resolve whatever's kind of going on, whether it is, again, a chaotic situation at work, or maybe a conflict in relationship, or vice versa. Okay, what do we have issues with here? This week we have issues with consequences. Okay, guys, I don't love this. Wow, what an interesting week we've got going on. I haven't had a lot of these energies, so I will say this: it's definitely feeling different from January already, the first full week of February. So basically, it's saying we're having issues with consequences. So this means that every action has a consequence. So to me, this is more so that we're not liking the consequences to our actions, or it could. Yes, it could be an accountability thing for us, but it could be with other people as well, where maybe somebody decided to do something and you're feeling the consequences of that. That's the more unfortunate part. So it could really kind of go either way, but every action has a consequence and you're feeling the consequences this week, okay? So, so this could, just like a minor example, if you've eaten horribly all weekend, and maybe you're eating foods that you're not supposed to eat because they'll make you feel like crap. Maybe you have something chronically going on. By Monday, by Tuesday, by Wednesday, you're not feeling great, and you're really, really, you're dealing with those consequences. Your stomach doesn't feel good. You feel like crap. You can't get anything done. You have no energy. Then, whatever it actually is. So you're feeling the consequences of your actions is basically what's happening here. And that's a huge issue because it might prevent you from doing other things as well. So we don't like our own consequences. Or again, could be the latter, could be feeling the consequences of others. I do feel it's more the former. I am reading for the collective. But again, everybody's different. So, everything is cause and effect. And unfortunately, everything has a consequence. And here's the other thing. It could be positive, it can be negative. Right? But again, it's coming under issue. To me, it feels a little bit more negative. Okay, challenge. Upside down trickster, manipulating others through duplicity. Okay. Okay, so this is like making a joke. All right, guys. So it's under challenge. All right, guys. All right, the first 4 cards. I like the first one. The first one I like, okay? And I love the ending of the conflict and stuff. But these 2 are pretty heavy here with issue and challenge. Kind of different though, because this challenge is basically saying we're making a joke out of everything. We're not necessarily we're not taking things seriously. We're not focusing. We're not maybe feeling our own feelings because we're making a joke out of everything. We're using sarcasm with everything. We're not being straightforward. We're being passive aggressive. So there's a lot of stuff here that we're using humor not in the way that it's intended, which humor can heal, humor can uplift, humor could bring levity to really horrible situations. But the trickster came in upside down, so it's saying we're not doing that, right? And it's under challenge, so basically it's saying that's going to be a challenge for the week, where it's going to be, we're making a joke out of everything. We're not dealing with the seriousness of everything. And we're using humor at inappropriate times and things like that. So, and it could be definitely a coping mechanism. So for a lot of people, and I know a lot is going on in the world politically, and this could mean something guys, I'm reading for the collective. So yes, it could be a group of people, right? And it could also apply individually, but could also be as the collective, as a whole, is that maybe we are joking too much about things and we should be a little bit more serious. Okay, so that worries me a little bit up there with challenge, but we'll see obviously how the week goes on. But this is about using humor in inappropriate ways at inappropriate times for inappropriate things, basically. Okay, what do we got in change? All right, what's actually going to change this week, okay? We love change, right? Treasure Island. Okay, we got a good thing. Okay, so Treasure Island is finding the treasure, it's almost sometimes like a reward if you've been looking for something for a long time. So to me, it's saying that's what's going to change. So if you've been looking for something, and finally you're finally going to find it this week, or discover it, or what comes to mind as an example is maybe you've been looking for a home for your family, for your new home, and you've been looking, and you can't find anything that really feels good to you and that really works for your family. It feels like it's going to change this week. Okay, and we also have the 9 that accompanies the treasure island, and we are in a universal year 9 in numerology, so that means endings. Okay, so it's the end of the search is basically what it's saying here. So I like that. So we're back into more positive things there with the treasure island. All right, that's good news, right? All right, we have focus. What are we focusing on? Creation. Okay, so focus this crazy week. If you can make time to focus on more creative projects, that would put you in a better headspace. That would be in your benefit. That would bring you success. So focus on any creative activities. There's not too much I can say there. What do we need to reflect on? Servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Okay, this is great because this is basically saying how we, sometimes we get journal questions out of this one. How could we serve others? What makes me feel good? What does being of service to others look like to me or mean to me? That kind of thing. So reflecting on that type of work, what you can be doing and how you can be of service is a huge thing. Guys, I'm starting to think this is more collective type energy because I think a lot of us out there may be feeling hopeless or stuck because even though it's a 9-year, it doesn't happen usually. It usually gets strong. That like basically, I'm gonna make maybe a prediction here myself. When I'm doing like the monthly for December, which by the way, guys, I just did the monthly for February, so please go ahead and check it out. It's going to be more about the endings, the forgiveness. It's going to be more about that 9 energy, what it represents, more so in December than it is in February, right? So it's only the beginning of the endings, right? It's only, if that makes sense to you guys, it's only the beginning of the forgiveness, right? Whatever the 9 is also humanitarian work, okay? So we have servant here, so it's very interesting. But we might not be feeling it. We might be feeling stuck still, basically, in February is what I'm trying to say. So sometimes when we're feeling stuck, a really good thing to do is be of service to others so we can to help us get unstuck, help us get out of that apathetic type energy that we're feeling, that we might be feeling, and moving and getting things to like move forward and feel good and lift us out of, whether we're, again, that apathetic feeling, depression, just basically stuck, funky energy that we might be dealing with here this week. So definitely, I love that one for reflect. All right, responsibilities, chop wood. Okay, so this is doing the little things, making sure you cross your T's, dot your I's, chop wood, doing things yourself, doing things by hand, manual labor. So it's your responsibility. To me, this almost feels a little, I don't want to say minuscule, but it's basically saying like, don't forget about the things that you can pull your weight on, the things that you can control. We're getting a lot of energy about what we can and can't control type energy, that bully energy where we're trying to bully people and coerce people and things are, that's happening in the world as a collective in general. This force type energy. And again, we have what did I say up here with chaos, right? We need to end the chaos. And if we're looking at it as a broader sense, opposite of chaos is flow and alignment, right? So if we are in flow and alignment, we're not in a chaotic environment. So that's where am I going with this? I'm going on a tangent and I'm losing my train of thought, but that's the best thing that we can do. And so it's also you can look at it too as like the opposite of trying to control something, right? And so we just got to let it flow, let things kind of work itself out. Do what you can do, know what you can control. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent about control. This is really about doing the little things. What can you do? Okay, what are the little things that you can do? A good example for this that's coming through for me is maybe you do have to start pinching pennies this week because, I don't know, tariffs are going on in the States and it's going to make everything more expensive. So maybe you can't afford a house cleaner. Maybe you get your place cleaned once a month for, however amount, maybe $100 or whatever it actually is. And you can't do that, or you can't have somebody mow your lawn, or you can't have somebody do the little things around the house. This is basically saying it's your responsibility to find ways to get those things done and maybe doing them yourself, where you have to get scrappy almost. It's kind of like going back to, sometimes I think of it as like an entrepreneur's perspective, right? When you're an entrepreneur, you have to have many, many hats. You have to wear many hats. You have to do the sales. You have to do the tech. You have to do the marketing. You have to do the all the different departments because you're one man or one woman show, right? But once you start to grow and you get bigger, you get to hire people and and that kind of thing. This is basically saying, well, can you do it yourself, right? So your responsibilities is to see where you can maybe do things yourself, and do the little things. Don't let the little things kind of go by, or unkept, or undone. And yeah, manual labor comes to mind, that kind of thing. It can mean, it could look differently for everybody. And again, put down below how that might manifest for you, or how you're thinking, or how it resonates with you, of what spirit might be talking about here. But yeah, it's your responsibility to kind of get, make sure everything still runs, whether you have to do them yourself or not. That's kind of what it's saying here. But most likely you have to do it yourself. Okay, money and finances. Vows. Okay, we've been getting vows a lot, okay? I'm not shocked, because the energies don't change too much, even though this does feel a little drastic from, 1 month to the other. But money, finances, and career, vows. So we had change, I think, in the last week. We had vows under change, with a change of contract, with a breaking of a contract, breaking free of something, that kind of thing. So this is, we're recommitting. Okay, so it's under money, finances, and career. So it's saying that we're making a vow to something. So we might be signing a contract. Okay, maybe we broke a contract, now we have a new contract, right? And so it feels like a fast change. Money, finances, and career, this means that we're signing something over. We're making a commitment to something. So we might be starting a new job. We might be committed to, maybe you've been thinking about looking for a job, and you decided, you know what, I'm just going to commit to where I am now. Maybe you sign something and you're just going to commit to it. Maybe, if you are looking for that new house and you already put an offer down, that's, something in writing, and maybe you're having second thoughts, but instead you're going to commit to it. That all counts under money, finances, and career. Okay. So, you're committing, and it feels like you've been uncommitted for a while. Now you're committing, right? And so, it could mean so many different things, but it definitely feels like this. If you've been, like, for example, if you've been somebody who's job hopping for a really long time, this signifies the end of the job hopping, right? Because, or the job hunting, because it's under money, finance, and career, and it's saying, no, you're actually starting to commit to something. You're going to sign a contract with something. You're going to put your word towards something. And this could be energetic contract, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical contract that you actually sign, in your actual environment. It could be you just saying, okay, I'm done with looking for jobs. I'm going to settle on this job and just take whatever job I can, because I just want to focus on parenting my children, or I just want to focus on my health. So I'm not going to job hop anymore. I'm just going to take this job and commit to it, right? That's what the vow is about. And again, it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Okay, surprise. Nature child, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirit. Okay, this is about connecting more to your inner child in nature. So pretty specific under surprise, but it might come out of nowhere almost, because it's under surprise. So you could be doing something that connects you to nature, connects you to your childhood in some way, shape, or form. I don't know why spirit is showing me a carnival, or doing something that you did when you were a kid, that you used to do. So there's some nostalgic stuff coming up through surprise. And I gotta tell you guys, I think this is just straight off intuition, honestly, because I've been feeling it myself personally, but I think it has something to do with the collective. I think we're moving into a time where we are going to really be reconnecting with nostalgia, which is interesting because, again, we're in the 9 year, and mostly what the 9 signifies is the ending of something. And so this isn't really about going backwards, but because to me, sometimes nostalgia means, it really is, because it's really thinking about the past and kind of like longing for the past, reconnecting to the past. And so it's not, not everything in the world is black and white and good or bad. Sometimes that nostalgia is really, most of the time it's bittersweet, but sometimes it's really beneficial and can actually help us move forward in a way. Okay, so, but something is telling me that we're moving into a place of nostalgia. Okay, yeah. If I get more on this, I will definitely, obviously, bring it up in future videos and that kind of thing. But I've been getting it for a few weeks now. I've been having dreams, about people in my way past, and it's not, everything is, as I mentioned earlier, I don't believe in random or coincidence. So it's there's something going on here. Okay, so reconnecting to something, nostalgia is under surprise, so it might come out of the blue, or surprise could also mean you actually enjoy it, right? Because I'm actually somebody that's more, like, I consider myself future focused. Like, I don't dwell a lot on the past. I don't, I really look forward to the future. So nostalgia is a very interesting one, but it's a very human thing that we all experience, right? So, yeah, interesting stuff going on here. Okay, friends. Round and round. Okay, so this is about going around in a circle, the same thing kind of happening over and over again. So repeat energy going on here. So I actually don't feel negative energy coming from this. I know a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or so, we did have some negative energy coming from like a betrayal of a relationship somewhere in it was definitely in the friends section here. But this doesn't mean, and that came to me negatively. This actually doesn't come to me negatively. This to me means like we might just have to repeat something. And I forget what the card's name is, but it has a different energy to it, where sometimes it means like a repeating pattern, like a karmic pattern. It doesn't feel this way with round and round. It feels like we're just doing something again, that we might be having to repeat something with a friend. With a companion, with a friend group, with our people we surround ourselves with. Could be family too. Maybe somebody close to you has to go through rehab again, and you have to be there for them again, or something like that. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. That's actually a positive thing. They're willing to do it again. If they're having an addiction issue or something like that, or a friend is. They just failed like their MCATs or their LSATs or something, and which is the test that you have to take to get into medical school or law school, and you have to help them study again. Like, you're just like, there's something going on here where you have to repeat it, and again, it's not negative. It's either neutral to positive. So you're just basically helping out. Okay, romantic connection. Pride. Okay, so this is pride, not in the negative way. Again, everything has a shadow and a light. This feels definitely more in the light type of way. So this is pride. So take pride within your partnership. So this could actually be taking pride in your appearance, taking pride in your romantic partner, being proud of how far you've come with, your relationship and moving forward within your relationship, something along those lines. So I find it's going to be a positive thing here. Pride is definitely coming through the positive there. Okay, important. Orphan child. We have another child card. So it's interesting. Sometimes when I think I got it like child card 3 times one reading, and not too long ago actually. And usually that signifies like as a whole. I think it happened in the yearly, to be honest with you, if I can remember correctly. So that really is diving deep into like your inner child and inner child stuff. But okay, so it says, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear, and survive. Yeah, okay. So this is about like not being afraid to be alone. So this is actually kind of somewhat similar to the damsel card here, where it's saying that it's important to do things independently. Not necessarily, waiting for other people, green lights from other people. Permission definitely comes through. Waiting for people to give you permission to do something, that kind of thing. So it's important to understand that and tap into that. Okay, so it's very similar to the damsel energy there. Whew, I can't speak, guys. Okay, what do we have? Go the distance under health and wellness. Okay, awesome. So this is saying keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. You're almost to the finish line. Do not stop and collect $200. Do not stop where you are. Keep going. If you are going through the darkness, continue to go through the darkness. Do not stop. If you're going through hell, do not stop. Nobody wants to stop in hell, right? So it's just basically saying keep going. It's under health and wellness. So whatever journey you're on, you're not quite there, but you're going to get there, right? And it's basically Spirit saying just keep going. There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to pause. Keep going. Okay. Overall outcome, motivation. Okay, I love this. I love these 2 cards actually ending together. So we have motivation. All right, so overall outcome, we're going to feel more motivated. I've been waiting for this energy. even though I feel like January wasn't necessarily like, I'm not feeling slow moving energy. I'm actually not feeling it here in the first week of February either. But I'm definitely feeling like we're going to end this week feeling more ambitious, more motivated, more riled up, more energetic, more ready to move on, more momentum, that kind of thing. So, which is great for the go the distance, right? That's all those things we need is to, you know, keep continuing to move forward. So, so basically, Spirit is telling us that we're going to end just feeling a little bit more optimistic, which is great considering, you know, I was a little worried up there, especially in the issue and challenge. But we're definitely going to end the week more. Wow, I can't speak. More motivated, more enthusiastic, more excited, and more really kind of ready to move on. Like really, I guess enthusiastic is the word that I am looking for. So more enthusiastic about the future and looking forward and that kind of thing. So, which again is very interesting coming from like that nostalgia energy I have in the surprise. So, okay guys, it's looking good. Okay, like I said, a few snafus, but nothing that we can't handle. And I'm liking it. First full week of February. So guys, again, please like this video. Please share it with anybody that needs to hear these energies. And I'd love to see how the week goes for you. So put comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to check out the February monthly as well. Okay, so check that one out. Okay, bye guys.